Welcome to Invest. We'll talk about investing, finance, or professional development. As the record time of 3:50 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum could trade $2,614, down about 4.18% so far. With respect to overall crypto market, you see clearly beside Terra or Luna right now, it's up about 1.4%, hovering around the $100 mark due to its own micro affectation. The entire market is relatively red after the CPI report that came out 8:30 a.m. on the Eastern Time this morning. Obviously, it was a negative one comparing to Wall Street expectation, but also historically as well, right? In addition to that, as the day progressed, I would say collectively we've just been on a downward escalator curve. Knowing the fact that yesterday we had a relatively sizable rally across the spectrum. Today was, one of those days, the market looking for the reason. So CPI report came out was a negative one, and subsequently with the adjustments of the war that's still cultivating between Russia and Ukraine, definitely does not support investors' confidence among the sentiments, right? In addition to that, I'm also seeing some news around the major investment banks are winding down, and even like with Goldman Sachs cutting off their operation in Russia due to obviously with respect to the war that's cultivating. So it seems like Goldman Sachs is out of Russia. JP Morgan is progressively winding down his business as well. So with that being said, it's going to be cut off. So that's something that is, foreseeable as we've been expecting. We saw Starbucks and McDonald's cutting off their businesses. But it seems like on the financial market front, despite the Russia stock market tank like 40, 50, 60% ever since the war began, Putin will do whatever it takes, right, with no remorse. He rather tank the financial market and obviously squeeze us on an oil transactional front, right, the trade, imports, and export front, than to, revitalize his country for the sake of taking over Ukraine. So it's a puzzling type of psychology, it's a puzzling type of motive. But it's what it is, right? And we are collectively trying to put a chokehold by performing sanctions internationally. But we might be creating a much more seismic affectation, right? So definitely does not convey more confidence either, right? With all of these macro seismic movements, fear mongering and uncertainty combined with negative inflationary pressure definitely does not convey confidence collectively, right? And I would say that's pretty much it on the media front. Nothing that is really worth mentioning. So let me just double click to make sure that we are covered on all fronts before we move on. I would say so. Okay, so let's just dive into technical analysis, right? With respect to recording time of approximately market closing, we're basically 7 minutes away. We're at 2617 right now, down about 4.19% so far. Right now, we're basically at the gliding area of the comfort level, right? But this is still a head and shoulder pattern, clearly. Right, this is a head, this is a shoulder, this is a shoulder again. So what's next, right? With the 45 out of 70. So if you were to think about depleting this to 30, right, that means we will come back down to ideally at the bare minimum, the 2485 or 2500, right? But worse will be anywhere from like 2362 all the way to basically 2150. Right now we are on the opposite side of the spectrum, so I don't foresee us to be selling down dramatically. Because of the depletion, and at the same time on the MACD line is below the signal line, so that's a good sign, but it's still a bearish one. Overall, still a downtrend, as we have known. Bitcoin down about 5.53%, same thing, head and shoulder, shoulder. We gave up basically all the gains we got yesterday, and now we're at the 40 out of 70. Ideally, right, anywhere from 37,500 all the way to mid-level, I would say. I don't think we would go all the way to 34,500, but I think in between, right, at the 35, 36, definitely logical. Dogecoin down about 4% right now. Anywhere from current level all the way to 1066 is still logical at 36 out of 70. Cardano's down about 4% right now, 81, so anywhere from basically current level all the way to 75. Solana is down about 4% as well. Let me just look at this on a daily chart. I'm showing as a weekly chart right now. Anywhere from 85 all the way to 75, right? We're relatively depleted, right, at the 40 out of 70. XRP squeezing right now, gave up all the gains yesterday. So as we're going to keep squeezing, we're going to deplete back down to below. Right now with the 50 out of 70, so not advisable. We still have some more room to come back down to ideally at the 69 again. Polkadot up about 2.78% at the 1750 right now. I like anywhere from basically 16 all the way to 14 from here, the 44 out of 70. ALGORAND's about 2.67%, 73 right now at the 37, so anywhere from current level to 69 from here. Shiba Inu low 2000, so this is the low 2000s. We're basically hundreds away, right? So 2100 is the beginning, 1400 to 900. So these are relatively sizable gaps, right? MACTAX down about 4%, 142 to 120, so we're almost there, basically 1 cent away. AVAX down about 5%. This is a clearly head and shoulder pattern, head, shoulder, shoulder. We're gonna sell back down to 59 would be where I would ideally buy at. Luna is struggling at the 100, right? You could see that we're still parabolic at the 70 out of 70. So would I be buying now? Absolutely not, because we are in new territory. We're not even, frankly, in trading on momentums at all, fundamentals at all. We're just trading on momentum purely. We're in full euphoria mode. So if I was to be investing, I would definitely not be investing in this right now because it's probably too late. 62.52 to 45 from here. So the market closing, and we are seeing some signs of reversal, a slight signs. Obviously today was a really ugly day as investors were digesting the CPI report, combined with the war going on and the oil prices and all the sanctions and all of the fear mongering going on. I believe, as we shift towards tomorrow, Friday, we should technically see a green day, hopefully, right? Again, I don't predict the future. I do not know, right? We might see just a couple of days of relaxed type of affectation around Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is typically a flat day, as we have all recall historically. But next week is still going to be on the 15th and 16th FOMC meeting, right? So those will be market drivers, and I hope that we can come out green eventually. It's been just quite a fatigue that we have been enduring among investors. But yeah, it's a lot of things going on in the world. It's definitely not the best time, especially with tax season that's going on right now as well. People are also looking for a reason to take profit, right? So appreciate you. Have a good one. Have a good Thursday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.